In the Tall Grass. This is a Netflix movie around 1 hour and 40 minutes long. It's a drama, horror, thriller movie, and it was released on the 4th of October 2019. Now this is about after hearing a boy's cry for help, a sister and a brother head into a field of tall grass, and soon discover there may be no way out and evil lurks within. Well, let's jump straight into the good points. Now, the good points about this movie is this story, which is written by Stephen King, the novel as well. I haven't read it, so I'm not going to judge on that. It's very simple but ambitious. That's one thing I did find about it. Now, the story has many twists and turns in it, and some were really unexpected, which I do have to applaud. The tone for this movie was really perfect, I really have to say, for the most part. It really makes you feel suffocated with the characters in this tall grass. It makes you feel a little bit panicked too for them and caring towards them, but also makes you think about it in the realistic terms of what would you do if you was in that situation, which can really traumatize you in a way if you're thinking about the movie afterwards. The cinematography in this movie was great throughout. I really did enjoy it. It was really mixing with some great use of lighting, which they used in this movie as well, because there was some daylight use as well as nighttime use, and I really did enjoy what they'd done with it, and some really good special effects. Now, the editing in this movie I felt was very slick. It went from one scene to the other and matched what the movie was trying to do in terms of pacing wise. We have a score which was really haunting and a great addition to the movie because it really sets the tone alongside what was going on in the movie. One thing which was really great in this movie was the performances from the cast. They were all very solid in my opinion, but my favourite characters and performances were from the characters of Tobin, who is a little boy in this movie who basically gives some fabulous moments. I'm not going to spoil it any further, as well as Travis, a man who's pretty much seeking his family, and Patrick Wilson, the big star of this movie, playing as Ross. He was by far the standout for me. His experience really shone through in this movie, and in a role which I was actually quite shocked by, to be honest. And I don't know why I was shocked by it, but really he come through, really performed really well. Now on to the bad points. Now the bad points about this movie is I'm going to go straight towards the director and screenwriter Vincenzo Natale. I don't know what he was doing, what the hell happened. About 30 to 45 minutes into this movie, I was loving this movie. Then suddenly it went into a whole new direction. Even though the story was basic in the first 30 minutes or so, it suddenly changes. It changes into a whole different type of movie. The plot becomes a bit more difficult to follow because there's so much going on. I have so many questions, which can be a good thing in some movies, but in this case, I'm questioning the decision making rather than what's happening in the plot, and I just feel like what changed from the first 30 to 45 minutes, what changed and why did they do it? I felt this movie basically tried adding too many genres, too many things together. It just became a bit of a mess after that first 45 minutes. And not only that, I think the scares in this movie, the whole horror aspect, I don't think that was really up to scratch. I feel like they could have been executed a lot better. So guys, it's rating time. Let's have a look what the critics had to rate this movie. We have IMDb giving it a 5.5 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 40%, and Metacritic giving it a 46. My rating for this movie is a 5.5 out of 10. That makes this a borderline good movie. Overall guys, this movie was a difficult one to review because I really was interested in this, and I do recommend you give it a watch still. It's on Netflix. It won't take up too much of your time. There is some really good elements to it, but sometimes the bad elements in the bad decision making really can be a little bit irritating and annoying at times and questionable really. I really would love to hear from people who have read the book made by Stephen King, of course, and their thoughts on this movie and the book itself. I feel that some people will really love this movie because there's some really interesting aspects to it. The best way I can sum this movie up is I was enjoying the ride, but I didn't like the destination. It was a bit unexpected. So guys, a 5.5 out of 10 for In the Tall Grass. Don't forget to let me know your ratings and thoughts on this movie in the comment section down below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you agree with my rating and my thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also guys, don't forget to check out all the other videos on the channel. As of late, I've started a new YouTube series called Best of Horror. I've been going through the best of horror movies, giving my reviews on them. So lately I've been doing movies like The Witch, The Exorcist, The Shining, also recently doing Halloween. Go ahead and check all them out and all the other other videos on the channel, and please do stay tuned for so much more horror movies coming up on the channel and other Netflix reviews as well. I'm really trying to keep up to date with them and TV series. If you have any other recommendations for Netflix reviews, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Also guys, on my Twitter at jspring94, I tend to put Twitter polls on there which you can vote for the next videos coming on my channel. Everything's here, which I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy. Thank you very much for watching. I've been me, you've been you, and I'll see you next time guys on Talking with Jay Springer.